So son, you work as a pilot?
Oh yes sir, I work as a pilot abroad.
Are you then on vacation?
Dad, I already told you that.
Actually, I came in last week and I intend going back in a fortnight.
That sounds interesting. Lucky Helen, how I wish your mother was still alive to see you getting married to a pilot.
I really miss her, Dad. I miss her.
But then Helen, how did you come to meet your husband?
Dad, we just met last week at Long Street Supermarket.
How you did that, son?
Actually, like she said, we met last week. But from the way we've been communicating, the way she's been responding, I can only say she's the one who is meant for me. And with your permission, sir, I would really like to take Helen as my wife.
Helen, someone you've barely known for a week, and you're already talking of marrying him.
Will you shut up? What do you know about marriage? You think she's you who have given this young man beside you a son? Just a token of 700,000 francs. This a so-called mechanic cannot afford for your bride price and you're yet seeking.
I've had enough of you, father. All that glitters is not gold. And now see money and wealth makes your ID guard.
I can pay your
But let
price.
me tell you something, father. Marriage is not all about wealth. Let's leave home.
Where do you think you are going to drink?
We're going home.
Sit down.
Let's leave.
Come back and watch your sister getting married. Helen, and my son, feel free.
Thank you.
My own father turning against me. Are they those who live in a marital home? Why can't father just understand that the foundation of marriage is true love, and that true love knows no bound? Poor me. Is it money that brings peace into a marital home?
Babes?
Dwayne, are you truly in your right state of mind?
And what sort of question is that?
Baby, is there a problem?
Oh yes, Henry. You are my problem. You are my problem. You have made me a laughing stock before my friend and a tool of ridicule before my parents. A common bride price. Bride price you cannot afford on me. Yet you stand there and pretend like nothing is wrong. I am getting sick of all this. I'm beginning to get tired.
Calm down. Calm down.
I am soon going back to my parents' house.
Let's talk about this. Calm
Stay
down.
here and watch you waste my precious time and dignity.
Has it got you to this?
Oh yes, it has, Henry. It has. Be a man. Be a man. That is my younger sister over there getting married to a pilot. And here we are. 2 years of a fruitless relationship. What are we? What are we doing? What are we?
Dwayne, we have a son. We have a... You and me, we are blessed with a child. God has done so much for us and is still doing more.
That's no excuse. Hey.
Baby.
Hot gospeler. Mr. Pastor. Mr. Pastor. I'm sure your next move will be to open a church. You will go and open a church and from there you will collect penny coins from your brethren to come and pay my bride price.
What's going on with you?
Hey. And you stand here asking me what is wrong.
Let's be alone on real things. Not
What is
material
wrong with these children?
Material things will not last.
Every day they are shouting and quarreling.
I'm getting tired.
Huh? No peace?
Yeah. What's wrong with you? What's wrong? Come back here, Henry. What are you doing? You're not even man enough. Yeah, you can go.
Yes. Please, can I see you for a minute? Yes, just come over. Alright. I'm waiting. Children will just sit and be quarreling for no good reason. There's enough to eat. Eat as much as you want. Okay? Eat up, eat up. Thank you. So, how is your husband? I'm sure he must be on his way to work now.
Oh, yeah. He left a while ago. I'm sure he should be reaching the office by now.
I heard some noise coming from your side. Like some people were quarreling. Was that you or some neighbors? Anyway, I know it can't be you. It must be the neighbors. Because your husband, I know he loves you so much. He can't even try to quarrel with you. I know that.
To hell with that good-for-nothing so-called husband of mine. Husband, my foot. A man who cannot afford a common dowry on a woman he claims to love. I'm so fed up. Like I'm fed up and I'm beginning to think otherwise.
I have been living here all alone. Even before you came to live here. Has it ever occurred to you to find out why?
No.
When I was a young girl in the university, I met this young guy. Everything was so sweet, rosy and gay, promising. We planned that after our master's degree, we would get married. But unfortunately, things were not the way we had planned it to be. After school, things became very, very rough for us. Due to the economic stature and the economic crisis that was in this country at that time, we couldn't have jobs. We toiled, searched, nothing came by. We were scorned by everyone. Actually, I couldn't look into the eyes of my own parents. They pressurized us. Our friends too pressurized us, referring to us as no do good. Other sorts of names. No do well. The pressure was just so much that our love began to drain.
Everywhere is nasty. The dishes, the dresses. So think that you've not even made food for us in this evening.
Hey! As your house help. And who are you even talking to, raising your voice?
Flo, have you forgotten I'm your brother's wife and by virtue of that you owe me respect?
Wife, has my brother paid a dime on you? And what makes you think you are a member of this family? For your information, my dear, nobody in this family recognizes you as my brother's wife. The earlier you stop dreaming and save yourself the shame of being kicked out of this house, the better for you. Rubbish.
Baby. Baby.
Don't touch me.
Why are you crying?
Like you don't know what is going on.
I don't understand. Why are you crying?
Why would you understand? When your junior sister has taken time and insulting me all day, how would you understand?
She insults you again?
Have you dowried me? Have you paid my bride price? You've turned me into a laughing stock. I've become a commodity to you, a liability. And it has given room for your sister to insult the living daylight out of me.
Stop. I told you
Don't
I'm working on it.
ask me to stop.
Just give me time.
No!
My sister insults you in this house again? Where is she?
You haven't heard all the story, dear. The in-laws, my own in-laws, were another part of the story. This made him to go out to meet some friends at a recording studio.
And Neba Williams. We got 5 winners in this edition of our program, and this is what we're gonna wrap up our program for today. I just want to plead on you to stay tuned tomorrow, same time, for another beautiful program. Ciao. Hey, bro, sorry, you can't wait on air. I don't know. Oh, maybe we're gonna discuss that. Wait, sorry. Oh, my brother.
God, you've been keeping me here for hours.
I'm very, very sorry, bro. You know, this is one of the most watched programs in our TV.
Yeah, the program was good. Let's just go straight to the point why I came.
You know, I can't really afford to see you on the go this mess alone. Do you know there's a way out of this?
What? There's a way, like,
there is
out
a
of
way
this.
out of this.
Tell me.
Do you know you can make money? Like huge money.
How? Just explain more. It's beginning to interest me.
Okay. There is this non-governmental organization. That's an NGO. Our main focus is to help young girls travel abroad. You know, the situation in our country today makes most of those girls have been like vulnerable, and you see them go around being messed up by boys. So our organization is this: we try to orientate those girls, make them go abroad, give them better job, have a better life, and they after they come back to your country, and boom.
Yeah. So how do I get the money? You've just talked about the girls. What about me? How do I get the money?
This is where you come in. You know, I like you so much. That's why I'm trying to involve you in this
You're
business.
my man. Just...
Yes. So, if you bring like 2 girls, you gain 500,000.
Wait.
Yes,
500,000.
500,000. This is how it goes. The girls are not to come in with any money. You bring the girls. Our organization is going to sponsor these girls and likewise pay you 500,000 for 2 girls. That's 250,000 for a girl. This money. So you're going to like turn your misery into luxury. Your wife, you're going to change. Your wife is not going to nag at you any longer.
You should have told me about this a long
Make
time
a beautiful
ago.
wedding.
Now I see where you get your money from. This is just a camouflage, I guess.
We were no longer treated with scorn and hatred in the society. Rather, we were treated with love and kindness. People treated us with generosity. We were no more scorned and chastised by others in the society. For the first time in my matrimonial home, everything was sweet and gay. But just a few months into the gloriousness, into the fun, into the glamour of good marriage, something happened.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, officer.
Is this the house of Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Can I see Mr. Wilson?
It's me, sir. It's me.
Okay, sir. I am Inspector. I'm Inspector Collins, and this is my colleague, Inspector John. You are under arrest for human trafficking, and you have the right to remain silent. For whatever you say or do shall be used against you in the court of law. Officer, arrest him.
Officer, wait. Something is missing here.
You are going to say order arrestation. Move it. Officer,
wait. What have I done?
Order arrestation. Arrest him.
Wait.
My daughter, bride price is a simple symbol of a ring, not the cost price of a bride. Even the book of wisdom says so. In Exodus, it specifies that except in case of rape, bride price remains a symbol of unity and social cohesion, not a precondition to the validity of marriage. No. Therefore, bride price is not love. The girl child should not be used as a commercial object. Neither should she be used as an investment object to yield dividends for whoever or their family members. No, it shouldn't be like that. Don't get me wrong here, my daughter. Don't feel I want to dissuade you from what you feel or to, coerce you into falling into the pit where I am today. No. Do not let this bride price thing come between you and your husband. Try your best and let God do the rest. Okay?
But Ma, customs and traditions vary. I heard with the Muslims, bride price is a precondition and it is the bride who determines the amount. Those I feel like have exaggerated is our people who have put a fixed amount and a huge one at that. Now that is why I feel like our people are somewhat hard on us.
My daughter, the laughter of one country is the trauma of another. You see, the television had become my companion for a long time when my husband was in the cell. I prayed. I hoped that one day manna would fall from heaven and he will come back to me. But no. I hoped against hope. Life became cruel to me, even against my own celibacy. I tell you, since then, I have learned to accept my fate. Anyway, let's leave that for another day. It's getting late, my daughter. Go home to your husband. Go home and eat food for him. Make peace, okay?
Okay, Mom.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Come on. Let's go.
Baby.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. You're welcome. Baby, how was work today?
Baby.
Come on, baby. Hold on. I have something to say. Baby, I just want to apologize for being so hard on you this morning. I'm so sorry, and I promise it won't happen again.
Sweetheart, I should be the one apologizing here.
But babe, I was wrong too.
No. I'm the one on the wrong side of this game. We are Africans. And your father deserves a bride price for your head. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry too, babe.
I didn't just tell you this, but I have 400,000 francs saved for this purpose.
Oh, wow.
But your dad is asking of 700, sweetheart.
But baby, that's a lot. We could still go and see my family with that.
Sweetheart.
Okay.
Even if it's 3 million francs as your dowry, I will work that money and dowry you. You are a blessing to me and my son. I love you so much.
I love you so much too, babe.
Sorry I put you all through the stress with your dad and your family. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry too.
I will make up for that, I promise you.
Okay, babe. Babe, I know you won't be tired, so can you just go in and take your bath while I prepare something nice for you?
That would have been nice if you take the bag with me. If not, I'm not going anywhere.
You. Okay, let's go. Oh.